Hello and welcome to Norfolk and Suffolk Care Supports in association with ACC Consulting Limited's fourth part in our Emotional Intelligence Leadership Collection. This video will focus on motivation and is roughly 7 minutes long.
Hello everybody, I'm Amanda Collinge and today our short bite-sized video is on motivation. So I guess the first question is, what is emotional intelligence? So according to Daniel Goleman, emotional intelligence, or EI as it's often known, is the ability to perceive, use, understand, manage and handle emotions. So according to Daniel, he defines EI or emotional intelligence as an array of 5 specific skills or competencies that underpin performance and success. So having looked at and defined emotional intelligence, today we're going to focus on one of the competencies, motivation. And motivation is about working towards a goal and being more persistent, being resilient, and being optimistic in the face of adversity. So by being more goal-focused, we're likely to increase our opportunities for success as well as enhance our sense of well-being. So for starters, I'd like you to just take a moment out to reflect. What does the word motivation mean to you? What words came to mind? Willing, energized, can-do attitude, the desire to achieve a goal, will do it, happy, satisfied, fulfilled, going that extra mile, determination, firing on all cylinders, perhaps. According to Vincent Lombardi, motivation is about believing in yourself and having the courage, the determination and the competitive drive to achieve what's important for you because you see it as worthwhile. And in the words of Walt Disney, he says, first think, second believe, third dream, and finally dare to do it. So a good starting point for motivation is to have that positive self-belief, that belief in yourself that you can achieve. With positivity in mind, let's look at the CBT model. CBT is short for cognitive behavioral therapy, and CBT works on the basis that our thoughts drive our feelings and our feelings drive our behavior. Every one of us will have a number of very helpful, useful CBT cycles, ones that serve us well, ones that serve others well. I would also suggest that every one of us has a number of unhelpful CBT patterns that don't serve us well or maybe don't serve others well. So it can be helpful to recognize those patterns. And the CBT model works on the basis that our thoughts drive our feelings and how we feel, importantly, impacts upon our behavior. It impacts upon what we do. So how can we use our knowledge of the CBT model to motivate us? We can identify any unhelpful thinking patterns that we have, and we can come up with a behavioural plan of what we want to do, what we can do to achieve our goals. So this is very much a model for taking control, being responsive, being active in making things happen. Somebody once said that a goal without a plan is just a wish. So let's look at some goal setting and planning tools. One tool is called the Wheel of Life. And here what we can see is various areas of our life. And what we can do is plot how satisfied we are with each of those areas. And when we've completed that, we get a sense of the areas that we're doing well in, as well as the areas that we'd like to improve, the areas that we can see a benefit from improving. And in terms of goal setting, we could focus on the areas that are most important for us, or perhaps we could focus on the quick wins. Another tool for planning is the Recovery Star. Again, it's a very visual tool. We can identify the areas that we want to make a change. We can prioritize those, and we can rate how satisfied we are with those areas at the present. Then we can come up with a plan of improving each one of those areas. Once we've implemented our plan, we can then review the progress we've made. And that can be quite illuminating, that can be quite encouraging. We often focus on what we've not achieved rather than what we have achieved. And the Recovery Star and the Wheel of Life is a very visual way of demonstrating how far we've gone, what progress we've made. When setting goals, it's important to make sure that your goals are SMART. These are goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Always try and come up with a positively worded goal, a goal that you want to achieve rather than a goal that you want to avoid. So if your goal is weight loss, I would suggest that that's a negatively worded goal. And what we can turn that into is a positively worded goal, such as to maintain a healthy eating regime. Once we've identified our goals, that next step is to translate the goal into a plan of action of how we're going to get there, who's going to do what, when, and where. The GROW model is an ideal tool to help you with your planning. So the G on the GROW model is the identification of the goal. What is it you want to achieve? The R is the reality, which is a reflection on what's currently happening. What are you currently doing? How do you feel? How does the other person feel? And the options are, what could you do? So a full exploration of all possibilities, creative thinking, and then the final stage is, what will you do? And that's following an evaluation of the options. And the will is not only what will you do, when will you do that? So the GROW model can be a really helpful tool to move from want to do to can do to will do, have done. An action plan is a really useful way of committing to that goal. Once it's on paper, you've got the task that needs to be done, you've got who's going to do it, what's going to be done, when it's going to be done, and how it's going to be done. So an action plan keeps the momentum going, and it's quite motivating to look at the dates that have been ticked off, signed off. So thank you, everybody. I hope you found our short video on motivation useful. Thank you.